great that they're able to come here in the Smith Center tonight with some fans, get an idea of what that's going to feel like. But I think that these guys are super excited. And again, I'm just ready to see what they're going to be able to do this season.
The scrimmage will be a little bit different from the women in two ways. One, we've got blue versus white instead of blue versus navy, just the uniforms they have. We'll take a look at Team White. We talked about Brady Manick, one of the newcomers to this team, a transfer who could have a really big impact from day one.
Absolutely. He's going to be a guy, again, that can stretch the floor, somebody that can score inside as well. And he's just going to bring that level of experience, somebody that's going to bring some poise to this team. I think they've got a great balance of experience and youth, and he's definitely going to be one of those guys that brings that experience.
Also on Team White, one of the loudest ovations, Leaky Black, now in his 4th season at Carolina, has become a fan favorite. They'll look for big things from the veteran. For Team Blue, the other big pop as people came out was the guy in his 3rd year now, Armando Bacot. Tested the NBA waters, decided to come back for one more year and see if he can raise that stock a bit.
I think it was a great decision for him. I think he still has a lot to prove here in the ACC and here at Carolina. I think he's going to be a guy that we're going to rely on for his leadership, and somebody who really needs to take this step in order for this team to do well and for him to reach his dreams and goals.
One of the things that Coach Davis told us was that with Armando, he said, listen, if you want to be an NBA player, you've got to develop an outside game. You don't have to shoot the 3 like some guys, but you got to be able to come out from the paint. They're going to want to be in the paint, but how have you seen that development from him?
I know that that's something that he's been working on. I was actually in here working out in the Smith Center earlier this summer, and I saw Armando in here taking some threes and really trying to get those reps in. It's just going to be great to see how we space the floor out, and that's going to give him that opportunity to show and to prove that he's worked on that part of his game and that he can make those shots.
Not just a new head coach for the Tar Heels, even though he was on the bench, but the assistant's a little bit different. Brad Frederick brought back from the group that Roy had, but Jeff Lebo back in North Carolina Blue and on the bench, as well as Sean May, who's been elevated to an assistant coach. Those are some big-time names throughout the kind of the eras of Carolina basketball.
Well, throughout the history of Carolina basketball, we have always been known to have a very, very strong and experienced staff, and this season is no different. We have a lot of guys from a lot of different areas that are going to be able to really give these guys great insight and great leadership from the bench. And it's really just up to these players, you know, are they going to stay around these coaches? Are they going to really soak it in? And again, we have everything that we need on the coaching staff side and on the player side. So we just got to find a way to put it all together.
So I told you it's going to be different from the women's scrimmage in 2 facets. One, the color of the teams. The other one is the actual game. We're not going to play 2 halves. Instead, it'll be 4 different quarters that we're playing. There is no clock outside of the shot clock. Each quarter will end when the first team gets to 15. So ultimately, the game will be played until 60. We'll have a little 3-minute break there at quote-unquote halftime when one team gets to 30.
I think another thing that we're already seeing now, too, in terms of differences between that women's scrimmage and the men's scrimmage, you can see clearly the energy in this building has elevated. I think everybody's super excited to see what we're gonna have tonight.
You know, that's a really great point because there was no late night last year. Last season, until the last 2 games, there were no fans in the Smith Center. This is the first time that everybody has gotten a chance to get in here, get loud, and get behind this team.
We got everybody super excited about that opportunity, the players and the fans. And we know that the fans can have such a huge impact on the energy of the game, and even, one could say, the outcome of the game. So I'm looking forward to it. I know these players are happy to be here. Coach Davis talked about the fact that he was super excited that these guys get to experience this now. So let's see how it plays out.
Caleb Love in his sophomore season finds Bacot through some traffic. Can't get the putback. Manick with a rebound. Here comes Harris back the other way.
Those are some of the plays that we're going to want to see Armando finishing with contact. He's a junior. He's got to make that statement this season. We need to see him finish stronger.
Missed by Davis, picked up by Bacot. Quickly back the other way. Caleb Love elevated.
Now, this is no surprise to us, but again, we just need to see that at a consistent level throughout the rest of the season.
I think the thing with Caleb is exactly what you said, is consistency. There were games where he absolutely took over. I think of that Duke game over in Durham where he was the reason that they won. And there were other ones where he kind of disappeared and got lost in the shuffle a little bit. How much of that is just being a freshman?
I think that's exactly right. You know, it's just going to come with age, a little more experience coming into this season. And again, I think he just kind of understands what it means to be a big-time player, and that consistency is such a huge part of it. I know that he's ready to take on that challenge, and I think that we're going to see that from him this season.
Manick, the transfer from Oklahoma, said, I can do more than just shoot outside. Nice little touch on that turnaround. Picks up Walton on the switch, but Walton will knock down the mid-range jumper.
He's picking off right where he left off in that three-point contest.
Harris with a baseline drive for the reverse, kisses it off the glass.
I've been very impressed watching Ant in practice over the last couple of weeks. He's somebody that's really showing a quick first step. And we're going to need that explosiveness to attack the basket this season.
Harris now in his third season. Dealt with some injuries last year, played in 16 games. Nice little look there from Walton. A two-handed slam for Baycott. Davis running point right now for the white team. Little hesitation, but with Baycott on him. Kicks it over to the corner. Three for Manick.
Right on cue. He does show that he can still stretch the floor and hit those three-point shots. And again, that's something that we're really looking forward to seeing him do this season.
Had over 200 threes made in his career before coming over to Chapel Hill for one season. Off the mark on that one from Baycott. Davis back the other way. One thing that's evident to me right away, Carolina getting up and down the court. That is not something that has changed. They want to play fast.
Again, that's just one of those core fundamentals of Carolina basketball. Really pushing the tempo, getting up and down the court, and really putting that pressure on the defense.
Davis with a good read knocks that one out of bounds. Would be loved to inbound underneath the basket. Love out of St. Louis, Missouri. Started 26 of the 29 games he played last year. This is Dontrell Styles, the freshman. Going to get the long offensive rebound and now put it back up himself and knock it down.
Speaking of Styles, this is a guy that I have seen in practice over the last couple of weeks show really no signs of being nervous out there. He's not shy. He's going to take shots. I think that we're going to expect a lot from this freshman this season.
Nice little baseline turnaround there from Manick. He's got 3 buckets in the game. Love uses the screen. Floats that one off the glass. Can't get it to go. Rebounded.
Now, we didn't see that shot go in by Caleb, but that's something that we're going to want to see. Being aggressive, attacking the paint.
Davis stepped on the sideline. That'll be a turnover to Blue. The rebound on that other side. Game by Dawson Garcia, who's another one of those transfers, a guy that comes to Carolina out of Marquette.
Dawson has also been somebody that I've been impressed with. Not so dissimilar from Brady, but a guy that can score from outside, somebody that we're going to need in the paint, rebounding, contesting shots, and being a presence inside.
Sticking with the transfer theme, here's Justin McCoy, transfer from Virginia. He'll pull up from the elbow, a little bit strong. Rebounded by Garcia. Lebo back the other way. Here's Leaky Black, little hesitation move, kicks it over into the corner. Garcia looks for a 3. Kerwin to Dunn. Leaky got a piece of that one. He'll now get out in transition. And going to be called for the offensive foul. Good positioning there from Kerwin Walton.
Great defensive play by Leaky Black. We got to make a better decision in transition here, but again, as you see here, once you lower that shoulder, you really put yourself in a bad position as the offensive player.
Love brings it across midcourt. Baycott going to step out for 3. So look what I can do.
Absolutely no hesitation there. If anything, I don't want to see him hesitate. I want him to be confident and step into that.
Leaky setting up the offense. Garcia going to take a 3 of himself off the back iron. Baycott pulls down the rebound. Love into the paint, brings it back out. Walton hesitation, pump fake. In and out on that 3. Garcia going to try another 3 this time. It's true.
Glad that one went in. I can't imagine the coaches being super happy about seeing 4 or 5 threes in a row. So I'm glad he got that one to go in.
Mccoy going to try a three of his own. Back and forth they go. Trading threes, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Here we go, underway in the second quarter. Alongside Marcus Ginyard, I'm Kyle Straub. Hope you guys have enjoyed the night. It has been amazing to be in this stadium and feel the energy from this crowd, especially when they introduced Hubert. It took a couple of minutes for him to be able to get a word out. One, the crowd wouldn't let him, and two, I don't know that he could have. You could see the emotions kind of catching up to him there.
I think that is just a perfect example of what this place means to so many people. It's just a special, special feeling to be in this gym, to have fans here, to have this uniform on, to compete out here on this floor. And you saw that with Hubert getting emotional, but this is just such a special place, and we're just hoping that these guys really take that to heart and really, like Hubert said, you know, take this with some humility and take this with the responsibility to really come out here and leave it all on the floor.
Leaky Black checks back in for White. On all fouls, if you notice, they're only shooting one. You get the first one automatically, and then go ahead and play the second one live. Baseline drive, Garcia loses it out of bounds, and it'll go to blue.
Although he lost that out of bounds, we saw a great opportunity for a big to take another big off the dribble, starting in the corner. So, again, I think that we're going to see these bigs get a chance to do a lot more than we've seen from them in the past.
Nice move there by Armando Bacot. I think that's what Carolina fans are used to seeing. And we've talked so much about the offensive side of things, but that ability for a big to step out also has to be there on the defensive side.
Absolutely. And I know that Coach Davis is going to be somebody that continues to push the defensive side of the ball. And we are going to see some of these bigs. We're going to see some of these bigs in switching situations, and they're going to need to guard even some guards out on the perimeter. But you're right. We're going to need to see them play great defense on the perimeter and inside as well.
Love finds Ryan McAdoo, the redshirt senior, for the transition basket. They cut on Garcia. Good defense here from Bacot, forced to give it up. Davis looks to reset. Demarco Dunn, the freshman from Arizona, on him. Here comes Blue. Nope, Leaky going to take it right back at midcourt. Numbers for White. Davis through some contact, gets it to go.
It's a great finish by R.J. Davis. A little guy, but still showing some of that strength.
Davis last year started 10 games, played in 29 for the Tar Heels, averaged 8.4 points per game. One of the better free throw shooters on the team, 82.1% last season. You know, something that didn't occur to me until we spoke with Coach Davis was that for guys like RJ, Caleb, this is the biggest crowd they've ever seen in the Smith Center.
It's amazing. It's amazing that it took this long for them to get to experience this, but I know that Coach Davis is excited for them, and I know these players are excited, but this means all the world to a player to have a gym that's starting to fill up and to have the fans going crazy every night. I think it's something that they're really going to benefit from, and we'll see them play better basketball.
Done with the jumper from the free throw line, a little bit strong. Davis comes down with the rebound. Quickly back the other way, drops it off for Manning. Off the back iron, and McCoy with the rebound for Blue. Last year, no fans in the stadium because of the pandemic. Last 2 games of the season at home, though, they did have some fans, but just 3,000 in the stadium. And if you've ever been in the Smith Center, it's just not comparing 3,000 fans to a packed house.
I mean, there's no comparison, obviously, 3,000 to 23,000 fans. Now, it's something, it's better than nothing, but again, we're just super excited to see these guys play in front of a full house.
Kicked off the foot of McCoy and out of bounds, so it'll stay with White. 20 on the shot clock. Reminder, first team to get to 30 sends us to halftime. We'll have a 3-minute break and come back. Davis thought about the three. Good job of fighting through that screen by the freshman Dunn. Garcia with a spin to the baseline and gets the little floater.
Those are the ones that we're going to need him to finish. A smaller defender on him. These are those baskets that he can definitely finish inside.
This is Jackson Watkins, the junior, out of Richmond, Virginia. Anthony Davis with a great read, out in transition, and gets the layup.
Looked like you wanted to have a dunk on that one. He may have lost his footing there, but again, you see the explosiveness of Ant.
Mccoy working on Manic. Couple of moves, gets close to the basket, can't get the touch though. Leaky back the other way. Davis able to beat his defender into traffic and gets the up and under.
This is one of the things that I love the most about R.J. Davis, just his ability to pick and choose his spots. He's obviously a very explosive player, but you know, we just need him to continue to make good decisions in transition.
Take another look at this steal from Anthony Davis. You could see him getting started before that pass even happened.
Well, he shot the gap there very, very well. Great anticipation on defense. Gets himself 2 easy points.
Anthony Harris, excuse me. Love using the screen from Baycott. Little two-man game here. Through contact, he's going to finish.
We're going to need to see him use that size to his advantage, just like we saw in that play right there. Big, strong guard.
Caleb averaged 10.5 points a game last season. That was second highest on the team to Armando Baycott. Get this one down low quickly for Manic. A little bit of a mismatch, but he misses the little easy turnaround. Rebound for the freshman, Dontrez Styles.
You see Baycott going off the dribble from the top of the key once again. This is something that he's worked on, and we're going to need that. I think that he's going to have a quickness advantage on a lot of the bigs that he plays against here in the ACC. Let's get some easy buckets out of it.
Harris, 6'4", 195-pounder. Can't finish with the left hand there. Mccoy going to bring it up himself. He'll find Kerwin wide open in the corner. Way off the mark. I think maybe he was a little surprised to be that open.
You know, Coach Davis talks about not giving up lace-up threes, and that's something that they work on. So maybe he was a little surprised. Maybe he didn't get that look in practice over the last couple of weeks, but we know that he has the ability to knock that down.
Styles going to take a three off the front iron. Styles out of Kinston, North Carolina. He can follow in the footsteps of former Tar Heels who have come from that town. He's going to have himself a pretty good career. Jerry Stackhouse, Reggie Bullock, both from Kinston.
Absolutely.
Tied up at 24. First to 30 sends us to halftime. Alongside Marcus Ginyard, I'm Kyle Stroud. Pleasure to have you with us tonight. Already saw the women's scrimmage, saw a three-point contest. A little dancing in between as well.
You know, that's one thing that I missed. I missed seeing the guys get out here and do some of those choreographed dances. That was one of the things that we looked forward to the most, one of the things we dreaded the most also, but I'm sad that I didn't get to see that this year.
I was going to ask, do you miss it because you actually want to see it, or just because you had to go through it, you want to see them go through it?
A little bit of both, you know, a little bit of both. I was actually talking to Tyler a little bit before tonight's event, and he was just saying that he just remembered how nervous he would be the night before it, knowing that he had to get out here and dance in front of 22,000 people.
Kerwin a little bit strong on that three-point attempt. Rebounded by Leaky Black, looking for the long outlet pass. Kerwin going to knock it away. Here comes the blue team. Love with a pull-up three, knocks it down. Love just a 26.6% three-point shooter last season, but they really expect that number to go up this year.
Yeah, as do I, and I think everybody does as well. And it's something that, you know, these players just have to take upon themselves to really put themselves in the gym in the summertime and work on their craft and try to make sure that they're doing things better this season than they did the previous season.
Leaky caught in the air, gets the ball back, takes a straightaway three, rebounded by Baycott. Love looking to attack, goes to the left hand, and he'll get it. Caleb turns on the aggressiveness, gets the last 5 points. of this half as we go to halftime.
In a variety of different ways, and really taking that responsibility as a leader of this team.
D-Dot, who is the host of Late Night, getting this crowd going during a halftime as we get ready to get back underway. 31-26 lead for blue over white. First team to get to 45 will send us to the end of the third quarter. As a player in this game, how do you handle it? Are you just trying to play your normal game? Is it trying to work on things? What's the mentality?
I'm glad you asked that question. I think that a lot of people see this as some type of exhibition game, kind of a practice scrimmage, but I think that what the coaches really want to see from these players, even in a game like this at Late Night, is that competitiveness. They want to see these two teams really come out here and compete and try to win this thing. This is not just to get up and down, just to get a sweat in front of everybody. This is to really get out here and compete. It's going to start right here on this floor tonight.
Blue picking up right where they left off. Biggest lead of the game for either team right now. It's at 7. Going to add to that one as Davis commits the shooting foul on Love.
It's a great matchup right here. I'm very interested in seeing how this plays out, Caleb and RJ Davis.
Love last year an 80.8% free throw shooter for the Tar Heels, along with Walton and Davis, 3 of the more reliable guys at the charity stripe. Even the players a little bit confused on the free throw rule. Shooting foul, first one is automatic, second one you actually take. Anthony Harris around the screen, switch by Blue. He's going to take Mccoy off the dribble, can't get it to go. Baycott with another rebound. Baycott stuck under the basket, able to find some room though.
There you go. Just continue to be aggressive on the block. We're going to need him to be aggressive. We're going to need him to score the basketball and really just show a dominant presence in the paint.
Manic looked like he was going to give it up, loses the dribble as he gets into the paint. And Blue going to come away with it. Walton for Love. Another 3.
That's a good sign for Carolina fans. Again, we want to see these guys continue to stretch the floor. Caleb taking more responsibility and knocking down a big-time shot.
In the games where Caleb was so big, you could just see the confidence building in him with every shot.
I think that he understands that he's got a chance to really make a big step this season. A lot of people are talking about him being one of the best guards in the country, and I think that he's really going to play with a chip on his shoulder this season.
Foul committed by Davis on the floor. 12-point lead right now for Blue.
Going to want to see a little more energy from the white team here. We don't want to see this get into something that looks like a blowout.
Kerwin around the Baycott screen. Going to come back near side, a little bit strong. Rebounded by Black. Black going to take it coast to coast. And he's going to draw the foul.
Leaky Black is going to be somebody that really has a chance to step into an interesting role. Somebody that can really do a lot of things out there on the court. You can see him handling the ball here in transition. But the thing that really impresses me is just the patience. Making a good play and making a good decision.
Baycott kicks it out. Walton off the three-point line. He's got some hops. Can't just shoot.
Well, I love seeing him get above the rim like that.
White looking to get it down low for Garcia. Back out top. 3 from Black. Off the mark, rebounded by Baycott. Garcia with a nice look. Dunn couldn't finish, still fighting for the loose ball. It's Manic who comes away with it though. Harris to Garcia, a little spin move. Gets the whistle, can't get the basket. Take another look at this Kerwin dunk. So worried about the three-point line. Easy for you to get past the defender sometimes.
And we talked about that. Spacing the floor, knocking down threes. That's going to allow him to drive to the basket with a strong finish.
Dawson Garcia at the free throw line here for North Carolina. Sophomore, 6'11", 235-pounder. Prior Lake, Minnesota. Transfer from Marquette University. Blue can't handle that one. It'll go right back to White.
That's a mistake that you hate to see. Just simple communication, something that can be avoided quite easily, but hopefully they'll have a chance to get it back here.
Mccoy guarding Manick. Cross-court pass to Davis. Thought about it, second time, he'll knock it down.
I love that shot by R.J. Davis. Again, somebody that can score in a variety of different ways. Somebody's going to have to lead the team as the point guard, but he's going to have to stay aggressive looking for a shot as well.
Lead has been as big as 12 for Blue. Right now it's at 7. Mccoy, spin move, left hand, and finishes.
This is going to be our bread and butter, attacking the paint. We got some guys with great size, great strength. We really need to make sure that we pound that ball inside.
Davis step back three, far side. He's got back-to-back threes.
Part of his leadership is going to be taking more responsibility, taking tough shots like that. But again, he's got the ability to knock them down.
Last year, a 32.3% three-point shooter for Carolina. Next basket for Blue sends us to our third quarter. Little pump fake there, wide open in the corner for Mccoy. Off the mark, Baycott with the offensive rebound and the jam.
That's the type of finishes that we want to see from Armando Baycott. Great rebound and a strong finish.
See Tutario's wide open in the corner and hit absolutely nothing, but Baycott there to clean this one up.
Baycott's going to bring a lot of rebound into this team. And again, just another leader out there on the court that's going to really have to step up this season.
Our breaks and our timeouts and our end of quarters. A little bit more work to do for White than Blue.
Exactly. I'm really, really looking to see White turn it up here.
Davis immediately looking to attack the basket. Good ball movement here from White. Harris with a no-look pass down to Manick.
That's beautiful basketball. I think that, to your point, immediately we saw the ball moving much better on that possession. I think that if we're going to share the basketball like that, we got players that will be in position to make plays.
Baycott working on Garcia. Whistled for a foul. Garcia thought he had gotten nothing but the ball there, but two referees blowing the whistle on him. What a look here for Manick, huh?
Great unselfishness. Big time finish by Garcia.
Baycott a little bit strong on that free throw attempt. Does get credit for the first one, though. Davis with a deep three in and out. Manick nearly had a highlight on the putback. Couldn't quite corral it, though.
I don't think that's something that we would expect from Brady.
We'll take it.
A one-handed tip dunk, but I like it. I like him going for it.
Love with Davis on him. Gets the ball over to McCoy. The transfer portal has really changed how you can retool a team and do it extremely quickly. And Coach Davis taking full advantage of that in his first season.
You know, it's a different element to this game now, having the ability to take a guy from another school and immediately plug him into your system. So I think that Coach Davis did a great job this summer of really trying to put some pieces in place for us to be successful.
Matt, Garcia, and McCoy, all transfers. McCoy as well as Garcia have got a few years to play in Carolina Blue. For Manick, a graduate transfer, this will be his only season.
Definitely looking forward to seeing how Justin McCoy transitions into playing for the University of North Carolina. I think that we can expect some big things from him coming from a program that also has a big-time tradition of winning. I've seen a Seen a big competitive drive from him in the practices that I've seen, and hoping that he'll bring that to this team.
Demarco Dunn, the freshman out of Arizona, stepped on the end line there, or the sideline, excuse me, and turns that one over to Navy, or to blue. Manek looking for the ball down low. Mccoy on him. White clears out. Nice little touch there from Dunn. Knocks the ball away, but right to R.J. Davis, who will now take a three himself. Quick outlet from Baycott to McCoy, and he'll draw the foul.
Now, this is the first time that I've really seen them push the tempo in a while.
And this is vintage Carolina basketball, right?
I love it. I love it. This is exactly what we need. Grabbing the rebound, securing it, and getting the ball back to the other side of the court, finishing strong.
McCoy last year, a member of Virginia, started 4 games, played in 19, averaged 11 and a little over 11 minutes a game. Manek strong on that three. McCoy with a strong one-handed rebound. They head for Styles, the freshman. He's off the mark.
Yeah, and if you're going to take that transition three, you got to make sure that you feel confident enough to put that thing in. That's going to be a shot that Coach Davis is not going to be very happy about.
Numbers ahead for blue. Oop, for Baycott. White needs to go on a run of themselves. Biggest lead of the game right now for blue. Garcia off the mark. Quickly back the other way. Another transition basket as Walton flushes it.
Now, Blue's doing a great job of getting out in transition, but I can tell you right now, Coach Davis does not like to see that defensive effort by the white team, giving up 2 dunks in transition.
Davis with a bounce pass through traffic for Garcia. He'll finish with the left hand. Nice touch from the big.
Great pass by R.J. Davis. I think that's something that I've also been pretty impressed with watching him in practice, is just his vision, being able to get guys the ball and in a position to score.
Davis looking for a pull-up three, gets it.
All right, this is the type of energy that we need now. They got to build on this, try to make a run here.
By my count, that's the 3rd three that Davis has made here tonight. Coy working on Manek. Into the paint, little no-look pass. Gives it away to White. Deep this time for Davis. He pulled up from the Y in Roy Williams' court.
Now, again, difficult shot, but I think that RJ's got the capacity to make it, and I just like the fact that he's taking the responsibility to shoot it. I think that he understands that his team's in a tough spot right now. He just made the previous shot, so let's call it a heat check, but again, we're going to need to see some more consistent basketball from the white team if they're going to make a run at this game.
Garcia able to get positioning, can't finish. Blue has an opportunity here to finish the game. Styles brings it across half court and will set up the O. Styles, mid-range jumper, knocks it down, and that'll be the ball game.
It's interesting to see the freshman hit the game-winning shot.
60-45, going to be the final as blue wins the scrimmage here for the men's team. Marcus, I know it's just a scrimmage. You can't take a lot away from it. But being in this building, getting to see this team as well as the women's team, Hubert being introduced, what's your takeaway from being on this side of things here tonight?
I just think it's a great first step for this team. It's a great first step to see Coach Davis in his role. It's a great first step to see this group together, to see them out here playing together, to see what everybody can do out here. And as you saw tonight, we have a lot of talent. We got a lot of different ways to score, a lot of ways to impact the game. And I'm just excited to see how we're going to put it together throughout the course of this season.
For my broadcast partner, Marcus Ginyard, Matt Krause, who joined us earlier with the women's team, B-Dot, who hosted Late Night. First time back since the pandemic. I hope you had as much fun as we did. It was a blast here in Chapel Hill. I'm Kyle Straub for ACC Network Extra saying so long and have a good night.